Hey guys, we have another very active week of astrology this week. However, this week we are stepping out of the squares. We are stepping out of the grand crosses, the tension, the conflict, the irritation, the frustration that we may have been dealing with, power struggles perhaps over this past couple days, past couple weeks. This is dissipating. This is finally breaking away, and it is actually being replaced with some very good vibes, some productive, positive, forward movement, forward growth, and maybe some like good news or some eye-opening revelations or something that are having a positive impact on whatever situations we've been dealing with over this past couple weeks. So we this week have kind of an exciting week of astrology going on. Actually, we start the week in a grand trine, not a grand cross, but a facilitating energy that is actually working towards our own growth and personal transformation process. We also have Jupiter and the North Node coming into an exact alignment in Taurus this week. This is going to be a 5-day transit. We have a 5-day period of some beautiful, like expansive growth in alignment with true value, true worth, true potential, and just a very creative, productive, fruitful energy. There could be some lucky stuff going on this week, some good fortune, some blessings coming your way. Wherever Taurus is in your chart, we also have Mercury and Uranus building into a conjunction in the sky this week. This is some unexpected news, information, maybe some sudden awakenings to something that really shift or change our perspective on something somehow in a positive, productive way. And we are closing out this week, you guys, with our full moon in the sign of Sagittarius. Mercury and Uranus will be in a conjunction. Jupiter and the North Node will be in a conjunction. Expanded growth, expanded awareness, expanded forward movement could be coming through maybe in some unexpected or unanticipated ways. So lots to talk about in the energy, opening our week, moving into our week. Definitely more positive vibes coming through this week. Let's get into it. Let's look at how things are coming together for us for Monday and what we might be able to anticipate as we head towards our full moon in Sag that's coming up at the end of the week. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today is Monday, May 29th, 2023. My name is Aubrey. This is your astrological outlook of the day, where we are narrating the shift of the ages, looking at how energy is unfolding, coming together for us, what frequencies are activating on a daily basis, and how these consecutive activations day after day over time play into this greater energetic shift and transition into, ta-da, the age of Aquarius, the shift of the ages, where we're moving, where the cosmic blueprint right now is pushing us towards. And today we finally have some positive shifts, positive changes, and I feel like it's going to be an exciting week, you guys. There is a sense of exhilaration in the air, a building sense of electricity in the air. You may feel like something is like about to happen. It is that kind of week. There is likely to be some like big news, unexpected news, but I do think it's likely to tend positive, or it's likely to tend towards exposing something that has been like hidden, or that has been secretive, or that has been like covering something up in a way that has been like blocking or hindering truth or value or worth or something that we've needed in order to reframe our perspective, in order to make a positive choice or decision for ourselves somehow. So major revelations this week, you guys. I feel like we have coming, secrets revealed about things that maybe we didn't expect. The Taurus themes are obviously all over everything. So a lot of what we're talking about is going to have to do either with the area of life that Taurus rules in your chart, which you need to know your time of birth really in order to figure out, so that you can find your ascendant, so that you can see where Taurus lines up in terms of the house placement, and therefore figure out what area of life this is more likely to be impacting. But other than that, you know, these Taurus themes generally value worth, potential, resources, what we're building, what we're growing, what we're working on, you know, what we're really putting sort of like our time and energy into cultivating, with the hopes of producing something that is of some type of value or can provide some type of like stability or security or, you know, beauty or comfort somehow physically. This has a lot to do with financial markets and economies, and just any way that the themes of value and worth can be interpreted. Also has a lot to do with like currency and stuff like that, just like financial, economic market, stock market, like all that type of stuff. Generally, also resources, supply chains, food, agriculture, like things that are growing from the earth, the projects that we're working on, like the creative pursuits that we're involved in, what we're building right now. I may have already said that, but these are essentially like the Taurus themes. This is also a very like sensual sign. It can have a lot to do with like our senses, what we're like indulging in as well. The Taurus energy can be quite indulgent, but it has a lot to do with what we're putting work into also. So things to in partnerships, also partnerships, financial agreements, the people that we're working with as a result of what we're putting into what we're building or the projects that we're creating. So those are the themes that we may be experiencing some type of revelations or secrets revealed or shift in awareness in regards to, or also some type of blessing or expanded growth as well, because most of this energy that we're going to be talking about actually is happening in the sign of Taurus. So it's either likely to be happening in like around or somehow involved in those themes, those Taurus themes that I just sort of listed off, or like I said, again, impacting the area of your life that you have Taurus energy dominant. So that's what we're working with, you guys, because we've got this Jupiter North Node conjunction coming into fruition. Like I said, this is coming exact tomorrow, and it will be a 5-day transit. It will last exact. Jupiter will be in the exact position of the North Node through June 5th. No. Through June 3rd. And then on June 4th, we have the full moon. So they will be 1 degree out for our full moon. So from tomorrow on Tuesday through June 4th, we have this, through June 3rd, we have this alignment coming into fruition. And this is a blessed period of time. This is expanded growth in alignment with like potential, value, purpose, destiny as well. This is like the hand of God or our own natal chart really being activated for some type of success or some type of positive occurrence or some type of growth in a positive direction in alignment with, our true purpose or financial abundance, things to go well with like the Taurus themes, the projects, the partnerships, what we've been building, what we've been growing, what we've been working on, or some type of blessed realignment as well that sort of like really puts us where we need to be, like right place, right time in order to gain some type of new opportunity. There could be some very, very blessed new opportunities coming through in the energy as we're moving through this week and for this 5-day period of time. We could also just be, find ourselves getting some miraculous like gifts and blessings or something that are just showing up for us. So this is a very positive aspect, and, we've been through it in a lot of ways this past couple weeks. We've been tested in a lot of ways with this fixed grand cross at these like very early degrees, 0 degrees going on, but being on the other side of that, things should start to move forward now. And I love that we are hitting the other side of that, like coming through this energy, it starts to break apart, and then we move right into this Jupiter North Node conjunction. This is like karmic blessings as well. We're heading this week has a lot to do with finally coming to a point where we just are like miraculously find ourselves being released from some type of like old soul wound or karmic burden, while we like feast our eyes upon or like our heart or soul upon, or like begin to move towards or see a tangible way through and like something opening up to us in alignment with the karmic gifts and the karmic blessings. Jupiter, the Santa Claus planet, the great benefic, the North Node, the destiny point that are simultaneously trying to come to us now. It's, it's interesting that here we are following this intense period of energetic activations that really may have been putting us through it over this past few days. We're in this year of these cascading endings and beginnings, and now we find ourselves sort of at this period this week of this cascading karmic release and simultaneously alignment with some blessings that are trying to come to us as well. So endings and beginnings, once again, you guys, being represented by what we have playing out today. And as I said, a release from a soul wound or a karmic burden that we've been carrying is being indicated this week. This to me is being indicated not only because we have Jupiter in a conjunction with the North Node, which would be these karmic karmic gifts and karmic blessings that are trying to come to us, but the moon will also be in Scorpio, aligning with the south node while this activation is exact, and it is simultaneously happening at the 1 degree out of all of the degrees in the entire zodiac. That is the origin point where Chiron, the wounded healer teacher, was originally discovered. The Chiron point is where Jupiter and the north node are going to be coming into a conjunction. This I don't even really have words for in terms of the amount of soul healing that this energy is bringing to the collective. And through that, simultaneously with the north node there, an ability to receive this soul karmic healing that releases us from these karmic emotional burdens of the past and ushers us forward down this new path in alignment with receiving the soul karmic blessings. That the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, that's the Sabian symbol for the Chiron point that we attain once we gain the wisdom associated with the lessons of those karmic lessons that we've learned and that we're being released from right now. Also interesting, this happens to be happening right as the nodes of the moon prepare to leave Taurus and Scorpio as well. This karmic detox is nearly complete, you guys. I've been talking about it, feel like every day for the past year and a half. And we are really making a lot of progress along those lines. And we have some beautiful things promised to us moving through this week that are trying to come into fruition, trying to align themselves with us now. So we have this release, okay, from these soul wounds of the past. They could have been, childhood wounds, like subconscious traumas and stuff like that we've been holding on to, but there's just people are going to be finding themselves. There could just honestly be some miraculous healings and stuff that go on in the energy this week. So some very positive growth, whether or not we are truly conscious of it. Very positive growth is happening this week. Material blessings, with this being that earth sign ruled by Venus, all about material comforts and material possessions and stuff. There could definitely be some financial gain wrapped up in what is coming with this Jupiter North Node energy in Taurus this week. But we have to keep in mind, this energy is also simultaneously about getting back to the authentic truth of real value, real potential, real purpose. So, and we are also dealing with Uranus simultaneously, which brings blessings in disguise. So Jupiter brings blessings, but Uranus brings blessings in disguise. So we need to keep in mind, on one hand, kind of to keep a bit of an open mind about things. I do feel like one layer or one aspect perhaps maybe of some of these blessings that are trying to come to us right now may be coming through scenarios and situations that do not appear as though they truly are on the surface. This could be some silver lining energy that's also coming in, especially again in terms of things having to do with anything related to finances or economies or value, worth, currency, stuff things related to money, okay? There could be some type of this is Chiron energy, wounding that goes on that initially exposes and leads to some type of massive healing in terms of that true value, worth, potential, monetary, whatever. So that is something, that could be an aspect of how this is playing out, just because we do have Uranus right now in the sign of Taurus, which is a big deal. And Jupiter is going to continue to move into a conjunction with Uranus and Taurus as well. So actually, over this next couple of weeks, there are likely to be some disruptions going on in the financial dynamic of things just generally. But, we shouldn't be fearful, okay, if we find things like this that are playing out, because this is Uranus and this is Jupiter. This is a tremendous expansion in terms of putting things right in alignment with how they need to be in order for true value and true growth and true potential to unfold in the way that, universe commands. So we do have that pending, and that's kind of a little tangent that I didn't mean to just go off on, but in the context of this energy, we're looking at some type of good positive thing happening for us. Inspired projects, things we've been hoping for, also our hopes coming true or coming into alignment or coming into fruition somehow, maybe this week or over these next couple days, maybe feeling things are finally aligning or working in our favor somehow. I will say, the only real word of caution with this energy, we do want to watch being overly excessive in spending and in eating. Okay, those two Taurus things, spending money, like acquiring material things, okay, and eating. With the North Node and Taurus there could just be like this compulsive pull towards like satisfying the senses and stuff like that as well. Because this again is a very tremendously sensual energy. Like serving the physical body is very prominent, okay, in the energetic field right now. So we just want to make sure that we are not like going way over the top about things, because obviously anything in excess is removed from the blessings that Jupiter can truly bring when we are also exercising a level of like wisdom, and especially wisdom through experience with the Chiron point energy, in terms of whatever we are maybe like indulging in or taking pleasure in or enjoying in this energy. It should just be kind of like an enjoyable week. Like the relations between people should be good also, like your work partnerships and like your business relationships and just like relationships, partnerships, that type of stuff in general. Like people should be getting on well, and in a way again that leads to like productive working dynamics or like growth in terms of whatever the partnership is producing, okay? It is a divinely blessed week. It just is. We've got the North Node, which is referred to as the destiny point, you know what I mean, with Jupiter, the great benefic, which brings our blessings. So very beautiful, positive alignment that we have going on right now. And the blessing may also come though in the form of information, or in the form of some type of an awakening, or some type of like aha moment, or some type of context also that we are receiving somehow, some type of missing information or missing context. Remember, this secrets revealed theme is also like huge this week, especially for the full moon that we are moving into in Sagittarius. We're having a full moon in Sagittarius coming up, you guys, which obviously is ruled by Jupiter, right? Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter will be in a conjunction to the North Node. So we are in like the epitome of the like fated destined energy and occurrences and happenings. And there's just going to be, and especially when we add into it that Mercury is moving into the conjunction with Uranus as well. This is the messenger planet, and this is shocks and surprises and finding out what needs to be found out. And then we've got a full moon going on in that dynamic as well, in the sign of Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter, all about truth. The truth will prevail, you guys. It's gonna be wild. I do think there could be just some wild information. It's probably going to be an unusual week, bizarre week. People are probably going to be a bit all over the place, like not wanting to adhere to like the normal routine, the normal schedule, like wanting to just sort of be very spontaneous, impulsive energy, but not like bad impulsive, just like let's take a road trip randomly, or let's like, I don't know, change our plans and do this. There's going to be a lot of changes to plans. Expect the unexpected. People could be acting weird too. And this is where I actually need to get into talking about the energy for today. Beginning our week on Monday, we do have this grand trine that is playing out. Now, this is not a very tight grand trine, okay? We're looking at the early degrees of air signs. I'm calling it a grand trine because throughout the course of the day, the moon will be in trine with both of the other planets in air signs. We have Pluto, of course, at 0 degrees of Gemini. The sun right now is at 8 degrees of Gemini. So there is a bit of an orb there, but the moon will connect both of those planets today, traveling through the early degrees of Libra. So I'm calling this a grand trine today, and this is a much better energy than the grand cross with Pluto that was set up, and we had the moon there last week as well. But think about it. This is both luminaries, the sun and the moon, the conscious and the unconscious, the soul and the spirit, the masculine and the feminine, and Pluto. What's been hidden, okay? Both luminaries in a facilitated way, shining into the darkness, shining into the underworld, shining like under the surface, exposing what's been hidden. This is also symbolic of like the deep recesses of our own psyches, like really figuring ourselves out on some levels that can be like tremendously like personally transformative. Pluto also rules transformation. This is in both luminaries, right? This is a personal transformation that is being facilitated by universe, that is really like assisting or helping us in some way. And with Jupiter and the North Node coming together, assisting or helping us in some way to align with that which can truly help us grow, that which can put us on the track to like coming into our purpose and receiving the blessings and the abundance and the gifts and the the properly aligned soul connections and partnerships that Jupiter North Node Taurus would truly like to have for us, as this true value is restored and we are awakening to that, and we are stepping into the version of ourselves that embraces, receives, and aligns with that. So I do think that this is going to be a week of some deep discoveries, either about ourselves or about the world around us somehow, that induces or leads to or facilitates some type of personal transformation. This is also like going deep energy. Like there could be some very deep, especially with the sun in Gemini, like deep conversations going on, deep realizations, some very like also like self-analytical behavior. Like this is us being very psychological sort of about our own feelings and our own wants and our own desires and our own emotions, and the way that our own mind and our own like feelings and emotions are working, and really kind of like getting into our own subconscious in a productive, positive way that can actually like truly create some of this personal transformation. So that is how we are starting the week after coming out of this pretty like intense karmic test, essentially, which is where I feel like we were with the Grand Cross, and on Saturday the dual Grand Crosses that were playing out. So interesting way to start our week in that energy. And of course then moving into Tuesday, which we're going to talk more about later this week, we have this Jupiter North Node conjunction coming up again that begins on Tuesday the 30th and it goes through June 3rd. So this is a couple days where we're going to have this energy in effect, and this is a really great period of time, you guys, to just kind of like open and receive. And you know, positive energy is probably going to be quite high. Follow the call of your heart, follow the call of your soul and your spirit in this energy as well, but be open definitely to receive some blessings from the universe, because this is what is coming in this energy. And you know, it will behoove us in this energy, because of the Uranus theme as well, to really like frame all the situations that happen to us as an aspect of these blessings that this energy is bringing to us right now. Even if they don't appear, right, super positive on the surface, the silver lining energy, the blessings in disguise energy, we can choose to realize everything that is happening during this period of time, that everything that is happening during this week and every encounter that we're having is an aspect of a blessing that is coming to us. And I promise you, if you frame it that way, if you allow yourself to have that version of reality be your reality, you will watch it unfold and you will say, I was right about that the whole time. That was part of leading to something that was benefiting me somehow. And you know, the healing that this week is bringing as well is also, I feel like, really significant. Jupiter and Chiron together. Jupiter, I can't believe this activation is happening at the Chiron point. Jupiter, Zeus in the mythology, is who freed Chiron from the perpetual wounding of, for one, you know, the wound that was associated with him being the wounded healer, but also in the mythology, you know, because he had this wounding, he actually volunteered to take the place of Prometheus, who was in this karmic cycle of wounding because he brought fire to man, having his like liver eaten by birds every day. And so Chiron was like, I'm already wounded and suffering, bro, I might as well carry your burden for you as well. And like Zeus, Jupiter, was so astounded basically by like Chiron's sacrifice that he released him from this karmic cycle of perpetual wounding, and he became, what did he become? The Sagittarius constellation in the sky. Chiron is the centaur with the bow and arrow that is represented through the Sagittarius constellation in the sky. And so Zeus, Jupiter, and Chiron coming together at the North Node, to me, this is, and then, you know, for, right, also for our Sagittarius full moon this year, like, I feel like this is like a massive collective relief and release from some serious karmic wounds and karmic cycles that have been holding us back, I feel like, and we're moving now towards the wisdom associated with those and the blessings that we are going to be vibrationally aligning with because of this like the alchemization, okay? It's the transmutation, the alchemization stuff that we normally talk about. I feel like we are going to be reaping some rewards coming up here for a dimension of our energetic hero's journey that we have completed or that we have tested out of at this point in time. So should be a good week. Again, like I said, true value amplified, probably like a general greater theme. And again, this could be quite literal in terms of financial, economic, monetary, value-based news, emphasis, all that kind of like coming through. There could definitely be some wild headlines, some shocking, unexpected news for sure, more so along the financial value, economy, money related themes. I feel like I've been saying that like over and over and over, but it's just so highly indicated right now. I can't not say that. Mercury and Uranus coming together in Taurus this week. We're building into this energy all week. And then, like I said, this full moon in the sign of Sagittarius coming up June 4th. Mercury and Uranus will be in a conjunction. The North Node and Jupiter will be in a conjunction. Fated news, fated awakenings, fated shifts, fated healings, fated release, fated progress, fated growth, getting things back on track. Super interesting. And today we have the sun at 9 degrees of Gemini. That Sabian symbol is a medieval archer stands with the ease of one wholly sure of himself, bow in hand, his quiver filled with arrows. I love this symbol just because of like the feeling sort of that it provokes. There's actually a shorter version of this symbol too. It's just a quiver filled with arrows. That's what is like the common sort of like abbreviation for this symbol. But you know, the whole medieval archer with the ease of one wholly sure of himself stands. I really like the feeling that provokes whenever I read that symbol. And I feel like it's saying, you know, starting today, moving into this week, as we are in this Pluto moon trine energy, a good day, a good week to sort of be ready, okay? Sort of be focused, be ready, keep our eye on the prize, kind of like be prepared and have confidence in ourselves and in our capabilities and our skills and our abilities to achieve our objectives, to hit our targets this week. I feel like we're primed, we're ready, you know, we're in the right place, we're going to be lining up there at the right time, this divine timing, divine alignment type of energy coming through in a way that is trying to help us grow along positive lines. We are powerful, competent, patient, prepared, and ready to like make our mark, hit our target as we move through this week of this divinely blessed energy. So good news, you guys. I think that things are definitely going to start moving us forward this week. Again, I do feel like, and of course, we're going to be talking about all of this as we move through the week and things begin to hit more specifically. And we're going to have our June overview to talk about this week as well. I haven't even looked at the whole month of June yet, but it's definitely starting off on some high notes. I do know that we have Saturn will be going retrograde in the month of June as well. So we will need to talk about that. But that's what I have to say today. Should be very revealing, very surprising, very positive week. And think it'll be a good time. It's a bit exciting. It'll be a good time to see how this unfolds. Now let's talk about the tarot cards for a minute. We have, again, like, there's a major message right now, and it's probably because Mars is transiting the sign of Leo, and you know, we are exiting this Grand Cross energy that was, again, like really testing our ability to stand in our wisdom in the face of perhaps some very strong like ego urges or ego impulses or like desires to maybe like fall out of alignment with our higher selves that we were up against. And the way that these tarot cards are coming out today, we've got the Ace of Cups came out first, followed by the Two of Cups, followed by the Moon. To me, this is talking about, well, first of all, you know, heading towards this full moon itself, there being some type, this is a new beginning in relating, okay? Relating to ourselves, relating to others, what like is a true match for us in relationships. And then we're talking about the moon. This is also a very emotional energy. This is also, you know, it could genuinely be talking, like I said, about the full moon. And there could be something about the full moon that is helping to align us with, again, the Ace, like the Cups energy, the Two of Cups, like this is the like greatest value in relating with ourselves and in relating with another. This is like that soulmate type connection. The relationship components that are like of true worth and true reflection like of our energy, and therefore like the most fulfilling on those deeper soul levels. And an Ace of Cups, this is like a new beginning along those lines. And we're talking about the moon here. So, you know, there could be some type of like psychic release from fear or from a misunderstanding of our own selves, or of the way that we've been relating, or of our own feminine energy, or of our own like unconscious, subconscious programming somehow that is becoming conscious to us, and therefore giving us an opportunity to maybe like heal and shift the way that we are relating to ourselves and others. We also had the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Strength card in reverse. And then on the back of the deck, we had the Page of Wands in reverse, followed by the Wheel of Fortune, which is, you know, this change of fates, this change of fortunes, this turning of the tides, okay? This a shift of things in our favor, things coming into a divine alignment. And I just find it so funny, actually, that we've got 3 reversal cards, and all of them, to me, especially with the Four of Pentacles in reverse as well, this is talking about a release of things that we've been holding on to. In my interpretation of this right now, with the Page of Wands in reverse and the Strength card in reverse, again, this would be referencing ego issues, ego impulses, where we feel the need to prove ourselves or to assert ourselves for the purpose of, you know, our own pride or our own ego in some type of a way, or, you know, reacting to things from a more like instinctual or ego-based manner, instead of, you know, from the truth of our heart, and coming to the, you know, maybe like out of a place of fear, or out of a place of uncertainty, or out of a place of doubt in our own true power, or in our own spiritual faith as well. Like, so generally, I feel like what this message is talking about is that we are on the brink of a major turning point in how we are relating to ourselves, how we are relating to others, and therefore our level of soul fulfillment, emotional fulfillment in our experience. I feel like we are on the brink of heading towards some relationships, into some circumstances and situations that are going to be much more fulfilling to us on those more soul-based levels. But it's this process of subconscious release, of karmic release, and of ego, more lower nature based release as well, and not allowing them to dominate or motivate our actions as much. So that's what I'm saying about the tarot today, you guys. And I feel like, you know, that's kind of in alignment with where we've been and what this, I feel like this Grand Cross energy was actually about over the weekend and this past couple of weeks. But with the Ace of Cups coming out first and the Two of Cups, like, this is beautiful. This is like a fresh start and a new beginning in terms of like the nature of our heart and how we're relating to ourselves and others, which is very kind of in alignment, right, with the trine, the grand trine in air signs that's also playing out today, which is this facilitated personal transformation on this both conscious and unconscious level, based on maybe what we've been through and what we've come to understand, how it's changed us in these air signs with Pluto. Let's grab one more card now, you guys. Synchronicity card, God, Spirit, Universe. What do we need to know? Here's one coming out right now. Benefit us. Be yourself, it says. I love this. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory. Philippians 2:3. You must remain free from pretension. Do not try to fool anyone, particularly yourself. With true understanding comes humility, and you will do all for the glory of God, and great and wonderful blessings will come to you. What did I say, you guys? As long as we stay in alignment with our higher selves and continue to work and operate according to, you know, the Saturn and Pisces principles, like the duty, the obligation, the responsibility to our moral truth, to our higher self, to our spiritual guidance and connection, great and wonderful blessings will come to you. So again, we are trying our best to be consciously aware of any of our lower drives and maybe like avoid those through this process. Though I think that this is something that people are just going to be organically, inherently doing this week, as we like do have this trine coming in, as we do have this karmic release and this soul healing coming in as well. People are going to start changing. That's another thing. It's so interesting with the Mercury Uranus conjunction coming up as well. It's like that energy, Mercury Uranus, is like describing how crazy people are acting because they're just like changing, and you're not going to be getting the same things from people. I feel like, I mean, some people, you know, this is not affecting everybody in the same way. We'll put it like that. But I feel like people people generally are going to begin to shift this week in maybe some unexpected or unusual ways, which could really like put a level of strangeness to our normal interpersonal situations and communications and schedules and plans and all of that. So that's what we have to say today, you guys. And the message for this week, to start this week, be yourself and loud and proud. So that's what I'm going to say, you guys. Hope you liked it. If you did like it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends if you think that they would like this kind of astrology content, be into this type of information as well. Leave me comments, you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you so much. I really truly value and appreciate what you have going on, what you have to say. If you have stuff that is matching up with what I'm talking about as this energy is coming together, let me know in the comment section below. Facebook page, Facebook group, Instagram, other social media stuff in my description box below as well. And come back with me, you guys. I'm not sure. I may actually put the video out for tomorrow because we've got Jupiter in the North Node that we need to discuss and talk about. But Wednesday is also going to be a big one because, or maybe it's Thursday, whatever day the moon is transiting Scorpio and comes into the opposition, that will be a big one as well. So don't worry about it, guys. I'll be here. I'll figure it out and I will be here to report on it. Come back with me. You don't want to miss it. I will see you then. Until next time. Bye, guys.